Welcome, everyone. I'm Astrologer Val Evans. Is it going to be down with a king? Well, it's certainly starting to look like that. People are losing their power. I'm going to be open and honest about something that I've always felt, and that is I would like to see some justice. I'd like to see some justice for Princess Diana. Now, we're coming up on an important date. We just observed her birthday in July, and now the date of her death anniversary is coming up. Tomorrow we're going to do the 6-month countdown. Oh yes, there's some stuff happening. We're going to look quickly at King Charles' decade chart. Anybody can pull their decade chart. And let me tell you, when you pull your 2020 decade chart, which you would do, and you put in the location you were in 2020 to pull that chart, your birth time and the same birth date. So that's what I did for King Charles. And a lot of our charts are going to look a little bit crazy because of all the stelliums. It's a tough decade, as we are seeing. What I'm seeing is some August trouble in his decade chart. A lot of Scorpio there, which tells me it might be prostate related. It's July 9th. Whoa, this just popped out. Whoa. Well, we got a lady, Queen of Swords. Who could that be? Somebody coming out sharp-tongued, super intelligent. Somebody who's waiting. She's waiting to find the right moment to strike to someone who maybe deserves it. Dark hair, though. I wonder if that matters. But let's get a clarifier card for July for King Charles. And it is 4 of Swords reversed. So maybe coming out of feeling isolated in certain areas of his life, maybe coming out of that, specifically King Charles. It looks as if there's a lot of Scorpio energy, a lot of revenge. Page of Wands reversed. So maybe something having to do with information. Maybe it has to do with someone who had trouble in their life, a young person, maybe a young girl. That's the Spy card. So maybe it's a source of some sort that is coming out with some information. Find me in the sky. Oh, Jen, your name came up. That's cool. Hello, Soda Pop. Melanie's here. Rand is here. Welcome. Now, Jen, you said, my dad was at home nearing death on hospice when Diana died. He woke from his heavily medicated state to ask, why haven't they buried her yet? Our eyes popped. He hadn't spoken for days. I can't talk about that. It's, as far as her death, it is still like, that was a long time ago. It's almost like talking about Sparky. It's hard. Rand, on this day in 1946, Prince Philip proposed, wow, to Queen Elizabeth too. Well, that certainly started a dynasty. I was just watching The Crown this afternoon. I'm always watching The Crown because the pets, they like The Crown. They're very calm. There's no barking when The Crown is on. Thanks, Buckeye. Welcome, and thank you for moderating for me. And Caroline, welcome. Well, all right. So we've got a young woman. We've got maybe coming out of some kind of confinement, maybe taking some action on the part of King Charles. But let's look. Let's see what I have here for. Okay, this is a big deal. Why? Well, we're going to look at, this is 2020. Okay, this is well after Princess Diana has passed. And the sign for her is Uranus, which is a pretty big, nasty shock. And it is pointed right to the month of July, August, September, right here. Because between November 14th, 2025 and November 14th, 2026, these are the months. So it's closer to November, but it's around her death date. And it is just all about the accident. And it's all about revenge. And there's that Scorpio there. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out in this year. Obviously, it's come out in other years, some of the things that happened to Diana. This is Diana, and she is, this energy is no holds barred, taking no prisoners. This is kind of evil energy, like hitting back. Now, the other thing he can do, if he was looking at his decade chart, is he can look at Venus, which is, I suppose in a decade chart, that would probably be Camilla. And so you can see if it was Camilla, Venus usually is a wife in a man's chart. Little square to Saturn, this really intense and heavy energy. This is almost like something about Camilla. Sometimes it's depression, but let's get a card on why Camilla is really down. It would have been around 2023 as well when this would take place, but definitely going to be happening August, September time frame. So let's see what that is. Queen of Wands. Okay, that's a good card. Hey, Gibson, Elphaz, welcome. And it's morning over there, Angel, Queen, or Ace of Swords. Lots of secrets. Not bad cards. Not bad cards at all. See, one of the things that are coming out, you've seen those drag queens coming out, and they look like, it's kind of uncanny. They went to Paris Fashion Week this week, and it was both of them in the car being filmed. And it was just like, it makes everybody crazy because it's something that would never in a million years happen. I think that might be an omen. Let me get a card when it comes to Princess Diana and Queen Camilla. Knight of Wands. Somebody's probably glad one of them's gone. 2026 for Queen Camilla. King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Charles. So much Aquarius. It makes me wonder if he's going to fall. Usually what happens, and that's what happened with Sparky, he fell. He fell twice in like a period of like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, people fall before. It's kind of like an indicator that something's about to change. It's Aquarius. King Charles could suffer from a fall. Truth comes out. Ace of Swords, thanks. Find me in the sky. It has to be somebody with new information. Are we talking about someone with new information coming out about behind the scenes of Princess Diana? A completion or an ending? Okay, so the world. Wow, interesting. Yeah, because it's a full circle moment in a sense. Is this thing that we're seeing online with Princess Diana doing things together with Camilla? Camilla's giving her the middle finger in one reel that I saw. Is this an omen though, what we're seeing? Maybe it's an omen for things that are happening in the family that are changing. And 8 of Cups reversed. So maybe being stuck, can't walk away from it. And I think that's what I'm seeing in Camilla's charts, is that she really does have a curse. She's queen. There's so much power. She just, being the most powerful woman in the world, one of the most. But she has this kind of albatross around her neck, which is that shadow of the first wife. And that can't be easy sometimes. Okay. Lots of hurt feelings, cups. Okay. Yeah, lots of hurt feelings. Okay. Now, so yeah, that is coming up, and this is extreme. This is extreme. This is a whole lot of people in black, let me tell you. And his wife, which is Camilla, in this decade, she doesn't want any part of that. She's like, you can leave me out of that. Now, all of these other people want to be involved in this. So I wonder if it's, you got to wonder if there's AI that's part of this. I'm not sure. We already are seeing AI, but I wonder if it might have something to do, like this is Scorpio. It's something coming in here. And let me do one more card on what I'm seeing with all that Capricorn. Capricorn can represent funerals. It is a huge funeral. And it's coming in right here. I don't know whose funeral that is, but with all the Capricorn, what does that mean in King Charles's decade chart? The Chariot, I got that before. Maybe something that has to do with 2 things, and maybe Diana's car. Maybe it is something like a big museum that's being opened, and Camilla's like, you guys can go. I'll stay back. Is this like I think it is a museum, isn't it? Is it Princess Diana Museum? Capricorn is old things, things from the past in museums. Wow. Yeah, let me look that up. Oh my God. That's crazy. There's a global tour of the museum. The physical collection is launching a massive worldwide tour starting in California. The premier exhibit, Diana Love Life Legacy, will take place at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley. Wow. So that's November 2026. All right. Well, that makes sense. And of course, they're going to have to do some PR for that, right? And check out, it's like right before November. So that this gets kicked off, maybe it's like a month before the museum gets kicked off. And this Scorpio is going to be interesting too. And secrets. So maybe as it's just kind of spurring people, it's possible that people think that, maybe they can donate some things to this museum and more stories come out. These are a lot of stories, when Capricorn is well aspected, and it is, to some extent, it's good memories. It's remembering things from the past that you like to remember. So now let's look at Princess Diana's solar return. And this just started, her birthday, July 1st. And so here's what I'm seeing for Princess Diana. How you would read your solar return is your rising sign changes every month, all year round. And she's going to start in Libra. So we're going to look and see where Venus is. And it couldn't be any better. Look how there's a nice grand trine there. Do we like Black Moon Lilith? No, we would prefer the moon or something else. North Node, maybe Jupiter. But she's got something devious here. And here she is way up here and at 20 degrees, which is the Scorpio degree, the Scorpio energy, showing maybe, well, it could be other people's things, but it's Scorpionic energy, could be revenge. And so we've got her. Now, when you have a nice aspect to Aries, and some of you are my clients and you know what I'm talking about, we like this. We like the nice trine to Aries, because that means you are an activist or you win when you fight. You just fight as much as you want to fight and you're going to win. And it looks like her energy shows that she is winning. And it's all about Princess Diana this month. Now, my theory is in this month, which is the shock, this is what's going to be coming for her husband. But what do we do to find out where her husband is? An easy way is just to look at Jupiter. And I like to see where Jupiter is based on her rising sign for that month. So currently, Venus is her rising sign. And so you don't see any poor aspects between Venus or Jupiter. So everything's fine. However, you're going to be moving through this and your rising sign is going to change. And right in this August time frame, that's when she comes in as Pluto retrograde, thinking of the past. And oh my God, look at that. This is talk about maybe something that's famous. Pluto represents a murder. It also represents somebody that falls. So husband falls. So I did say July shock. I do think some information is coming in earlier, as it usually does with, with the royals. But it seems as if once we get into the August timeframe, that's when the energy really kicks in. So let's ask about this Pluto. That looks tough. It looks tough. Now, one thing too that you can also do is you can wait to see when your rising sign moves down here. And that's going to be around November. So it's going to be when Pluto activates as we get into the Scorpio time frame. And then it's also going to be right before November 1st. So maybe last days of October. This is difficult because it's a T-square with Chiron and can show somebody hurt somebody. It's all about the wounds. So I want to look at the cards for that, because this looks like a group with Mercury here. It looks like an entourage, something like that. Let's see. Let's see if any of it focuses on Harry. Poor Harry, he's all Aries this year. So, wow, he's going to get some wins this year. He really is. He's going to feel a little stuck. But there's something that's coming for him that Diana's going to give him. And why would I say that? Because Harry's up here. And once we get into this time frame, look at the blue line that it just activates to Mars, which is Harry. So it's something that is like in November, actually late October, King Charles really has a shock. But Harry gets the good benefit, whatever this is. Now, the fourth house is the home. So, and this is Princess Diana, so she doesn't want Charles anywhere near his home to visit, Prince Harry. Probably doesn't want that. It may still happen, but we're looking at something that is extremely famous. It's going to be coming up in August. Knight of Wands reversed. The Thief, somebody who wanted to get away with something, can't any longer. And Three of Wands, a little bit of a waiting period. Ran on July 29th in Aries. Saturn is going retro at the highest point in Aries. Does he get a form of trust in increments or title back? That's possible. Thank you, Shauna. That's so nice. Is Harry like Diana's second coming, like she's back in spirit in her son? I think so. Oh, Shauna, you're so nice. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Angel. Yeah, tad bit of revenge. Wild that the museum items will be displayed in California. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Find Me in the Sky. That is so nice. Yeah, if you're interested in a reading, you can book a predictive reading, and that's astrologywithval.as.me. Yeah, maybe she has a secret property somewhere. I wonder if Harry will inherit it. There's something coming. I wonder if Princess Diana left any breadcrumbs with anybody, because it's like, does she have any friends left who could say something? Did Princess Diana, let's just ask about her friends. Do we have a friend that's coming out? And we can look at the 11th house for Princess Diana, but we got somebody talking here. 10 of Swords reversed. Looks like a no. Clarify card. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Well, sometimes people come forward because they are destitute. Thank you, Shauna. So they might need some money. That's possible. So let's look at Diana's friends who are still alive. We're going to look at the 11th house. We got, wow, we've got a lady in there. This is a sad lady. And we have the sun is going to represent her friends. So yeah, it looks like, look at this. Square to Neptune. This is not wanting photos to get out, or it could be a scandal. And that's a scandal about King Charles, because King Charles is also Mars this year. So 7th house Lord. So there is something that's going to happen with maybe one of Princess Diana's friends. She's fighting something and she's going to lose. This is like a main theme here. Look at that. Main theme, why? Because of T-square, and also that the apex is in the 10th house. So it's for all to see. It's something being uncovered. Sometimes things are put in place and we can't really see them until later. But I wonder if somehow this lawsuit is uncovering the corruption and it's upsetting somebody who could have gained from that lawsuit and lost. Maybe it's like an Elton John type or something like that. I wonder if this is Elton John. It's somebody famous. And look how the square to Neptune. Neptune can show maybe a gay person. Oh boy, this man is so angry, and he's coming out for all to see. He's ready to punch. He doesn't care. But it's a friend of Princess Diana's. It could come out a little bit now because that was her birthday. It's part of the T-square. Most definitely in January. And look at this. Mars represents King Charles and conjunct Uranus. That is to change something. He's announcing a change. So that's most definitely coming up. Okay, let me think about this here. Are we talking about Elton John? I don't know any of the other celebrities. I know Elizabeth Hurley, but oh my God. Oh, yes. Oh, I've got a visitor. There's nobody to really see. He's like, get me down, get me down. Angel, you said, I'm thinking Freddie Mercury. Yeah, very close to Diana. Yeah, even that song, Candle in the Wind, or More of the Truth. Yeah. Hello, Michelle. Welcome from Sussex. I've been thinking about England a lot. My mom, she just wants to go to a small town. Our ancestry is Somerset. So we want to take a look at Somerset, or that's the background of some of our ancestors. Somerset's where we're from. She's just in love with the little towns, but sounds like a very nice place to live. Scout. Yes. Thank you, Eleanor. Going back to the beginning, Somerset's gorgeous. You are so fortunate. Oh, it's so nice. How is the weather right now? It seems like it's a little hot. Oh God, this is a roar. This is strength. Oh, Elton's like, you just watch out. And you know what? If you don't, because if they appeal from that court chart, as you saw, because we went through it. And by the way, if you want to see some of the past predictions that the chart has made, you can look at my short. I think that chart shows that if they try to appeal, they will win against the Daily Mail. But it seems like somebody's upset. Tell us a little more about Elton John. Judgment reversed. It's about reversing that judgment, maybe, or the bad judgment that he just got, which is completely corrupt. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe they actually allow, and if this is true, I don't know, but is that judge a former attorney of the Daily Mail? That shouldn't be allowed. Michelle, you said we have West and East Sussex oak trees and winding lanes. Very beautiful. Oh, I bet. Oh, no, I know. Elton has no fear of losing anything. He's friends with Harry. He doesn't care. He's friends with William. He doesn't care. He's trying to help. He's actually trying to help. What are their Posh Spice and David, which I don't think that's help. That he can help them. Yeah, especially the verdict being in Mercury retrograde. Oh yeah. Oh, something's going to happen. Let's actually ask a card about that. Is Prince Harry going to be victorious from this terrible, terrible setback against the Daily Mail? Looks like he's stuck right now. Can't make a decision. What's going to happen if he appeals? My chart says he's going to do well. 10 of pain. It's just more pain. That's probably what he doesn't want. He doesn't want to go through it again. Joanne. Hi, Val. In my opinion, you're correct about the judge. How convenient for the Daily Mail. Like, that's such a conflict of interest. What? He's never afraid to speak, at least since he became older. And yeah, maybe mid-August. So I will say this, in Prince William's chart, a long war with the press is there, and that's going to be because of his brother. And they say, and I don't know if I believe this, but Prince Harry could be in debt 50 million, but I don't know if he splits that with the other plaintiffs. Yeah. I wonder if the palace knew about the verdict, and that's why they rescinded his invitation. Well, they were saying they were afraid that it was going to be positive for him, and then he would do selfies with Buckingham Palace behind him. But he's not like that. He wouldn't do that. They're just trying to bully him. Okay, let's see. Now that's Princess Diana. So we looked at, it's so funny that we looked at her friend, right? Which is the 11th house Lord, and it's in Leo. And I got that strength card. Nuts, nuts, nuts. And it is, yeah, there's something about like photos or something. You can see, look at this. This is gaining a photo of some sort. Maybe sharing a photo, trying to make himself feel better with the Chiron. Well aspected, somebody's making themselves feel better. But this is also a spy too. And you know that people in the know, they probably came up to Elton John, maybe in his, since she's died, since Princess Diana's died, and maybe given him information that nobody knows about. I would believe that. But keep in mind, this Pluto moon, this is massive, massive, massive. And I wonder, wow, okay, this just came to me. Look at the T-square. This is a, you're done, right? But look at how he can get out of it, which is the point of Thales right through this. It's almost like Diana from wherever she is saying, you better treat our Harry right, and then you'll be fine. It's almost like Harry is the king's answer this year. The other thing, and more importantly, is it looks like it's almost like Princess Diana is saying to him, you better announce that you're stepping down or this will come out. Now, maybe it's not Princess Diana. Is King Charles, and of course, this is all for entertainment purposes, but I'm looking at the chart and I see these types of themes. Is King Charles going to get an ultimatum? Is King Charles going to receive an ultimatum that forces him to step down? Wow. Same one we got for Camilla, Queen of Wands. Looks like yes. Somebody who's fighting, winning, somebody who's victorious. A queen, the real queen. Six of Wands. Interesting. So the woman becomes victorious. Interesting. And you know, it's kind of crazy how it was kind of an omen where Princess Diana was saying that she wanted to be the queen of people's hearts. And then she died of cardiac arrest. So you knew the heart because of Leo, heartbroken. Oh, we're talking extremes of those types of themes. Yeah. Shauna, Aries time frame or strong Aries activation time, either by aspect or season. Nan, I think Harry's ongoing security insistence relates to his mother having lost her protection after divorce. I think there's more layers to the constant security demands. Yeah. Isn't there some sort of insurance money to cover that money loss? That's a good point. Maybe. Elfaz, he was an ex-lawyer for Mirror Group, and the cap was like 4.5 million maximum. Okay. Glastonbury is in Somerset. Oh my God. That makes sense that I'm from there, because honestly, that would be my dream to go to Glastonbury. That's so cool. I did not know that. Amber knows a lot more about England than I do, since she's actually from there. She grew up there as a little kid. I've never been to England, so that's just my ancestry. The king is not living in Buckingham Palace. Why did Harry want to stay there? Yeah. Or why did I think they offered it to him, right? I don't know if he wanted to. Lauren, thanks for writing in. Camilla is one step closer to replacing William with her own son as heir to the throne. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know about that. When people find out that shy William is a non-working royal, his titles will be stripped. Okay. Apparently somebody doesn't like William here. Annette, no, Diana refused royal protection as quoted by security. Correct, because she thought they were spying on her. Yep. Michelle, yes, you are at one with the wizards and the fairies. Yep, at Glastonbury. All right, so, okay. Now, let's see, what else do we have? We have, yeah, what's so intriguing to me is Princess Diana has in her chart for this year, and you can go to anybody's solar return chart if they passed, and you can see yourself in there if it's a family member or you get the idea. So we can do that for Princess Diana too. And we can see that that's so strange because with the Mercury next to Jupiter, that's like a twin husband. It's like a group. And Jupiter, of course, in Leo, we knew some royal information, some royal tea was going to come out because of Jupiter there. That's the king husband, really. Jupiter representing husband. So the Mercury retrograde, that can represent a car. Oh, yes. Look at this. He's got good drivers, right? He's got a good security detail. We're talking about King Charles. But it just seems like maybe that chariot, maybe it could be on a horse. It could be some kind of transportation, maybe. It looks like he's accident prone. And it's between maybe August and November. Oh, God, I got 6 of Wands reversed again. And what do you think about that one reversed? Not being able to be in the spotlight. An accident. I would say it's a no card, but one more on being accident prone. King Charles. Falls, accidents, that kind of thing. Oh, Lover reversed. So 2 no cards. Maybe it just has to do with the word divorce. The famous divorce. Pluto moon. Yes. Pluto moon. Famous divorce. And then how it really hurts King Charles. And it's possible when you have Mercury not well aspected, it's just the gossip. It's almost as if it's September 1997. That's how intense it is. What you don't like, and I've said this before, you don't like when somebody's in the 10th house because, unless it's Diana, she might like this. But this shows that King Charles is, for all to see, he's feeling it. He's feeling something, and you can see him maybe in pain. We might see him in front of a bunch of stairs. And if we did, that would be an omen for change. There's a big change coming, probably next 6 months, which is what Amber and I are going to talk about tomorrow. I hope you can join us. Now, and by the way, if you like this type of content where it's sort of astrology, education, as well as just talking about royals and world predictions, don't forget to hit the like button. And so here's Queen Camilla. We're going to put her solar return into a calendar. And if you did that for yourself, you're going to start the chart on your birthday. So, wow. She definitely is queen. Everyone sees her as queen because she's in the queen area here. Later degrees show you're getting to the end of a chapter. And we're going to look and see where the sun is. This is the sun conjunct Mercury retrograde. So same as King Charles. And we have, we've got Saturn here. So this is not good. It's not good. It can represent, sadness, pain, and can also represent embarrassment too. When you have Saturn in a square and it's squaring your rising sign, it's 11th house, being embarrassed online. So, but what's so interesting is that's where Charles is. He is Uranus this year in her chart, unless she had her birthday somewhere other than England. And so we're going to look at the 7th house Lord. That's Uranus up there. That's Charles. And that's Diana. And how do we get that? Well, keep in mind that Charles is Camilla's second husband. So that's going to be the 9th. And then we're going to look 7 from Charles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa, September's a big month for Camilla for Diana in Camilla's chart. So we're going to look at the Lord of the 7th house from her 9th, from Camilla's 9th. And we're going to look at Venus. And so this is a woman in despair. This is Princess Diana in despair. So there she is. So we've got Princess Diana in despair still about her divorce, Uranus divorce. And this is part of Camilla's identity. Not like it isn't part of her identity every year, but this is particularly difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy. And yeah, there's something coming in here. It is right after her birthday that is very Diana related. I wonder what this is. It's almost like an event of some sort. Now, we also have nice aspects, so it could be some good things about Camilla. Could be something that has to do with her career, her life purpose. You know, she's meeting the charity she wants to meet. She's checking off the boxes with regard to some of her goals. But why am I getting so much? Like, this is a huge, huge shock between Diana, the energy of Diana, and Charles. It's kaboom. And this is late July. And then it also comes in probably in the Aquarius time frame too. It comes back again because then we're on this side of that square. And that's November 17th, December 17th to January, give or take, maybe 15th, 10th, maybe around the holidays. Okay, so we're looking at the first house for Camilla. We're seeing a huge shock. Like, it really shocks Charles. And why is it so much part of Camilla's identity? I guess I'm just going to get a card here. Five of Cups, can't. You know, it's maybe regret. It's more with Venus. I had Venus South Node, and it's despair of the female. And it was tough because that was the period that, you know, it was dog related. It was very, very sad. And it's a lot of us have it right now in some part of our lives. And so, you know, we like that South Node to move off of Venus. But Five of Cups reversed. So, I don't know. Thanks, Shauna. 111, we're watching. I'm sure, Eleanor, glad you could join us. And thanks, Michelle. That's so sweet. Oh, that's a great idea, Shauna. We should go back to the 1997 chart. Maybe I'll have a little time today. Oh, you wanted me to clarify. I think I did clarify the wands. Curious Gemini, I don't know if you were mean. Oh, Margaret Beaufort in a previous life. It's possible. Yeah, don't be the threat that would require the need for the extra security that you claim you don't want to pay for. I don't know. I'm all about Harry, so, you know, they can give Taylor Swift security. They can give the sun, for God's sakes. You can't just kick somebody out because he doesn't want to be bullied anymore. One of Diana's big things was landmines left over from World War II. Could this be where it is? It's a good question. Yeah, so something, it's right in Camilla's face, really. This energy, let me get a clarifier card. What is Camilla? It's like she's being visited by a ghost, by Diana's ghost. The Hermit reversed, and there's the stairs. Yeah, a lot of dark cards, a lot of women, and one more card on this sad, sad divorce. I don't know. It's right in front of her. So it's possible. Sometimes when that happens, it can be something you stumble on. It's like when events converge that you're not expecting. And it's like, whoa, it's like, oh, didn't want to go there, but now we're here. So Venus in South Node representing Princess Diana in the first house of Camilla, showing right in front of her. What is that? Four of Cups reversed. So still so many females, so many, maybe reversing things, acting, maybe something going forward that we didn't know. Andrew still gets police protection. Is it Charles seeing Harry's kids? Finally, Camilla isn't happy. I think so. And he should. He definitely should. Those kids, they need to know their grandfather. It's not their fault. Shauna, you felt a fall. I don't want to think that or put it out, but a fall. What is the hip again in astrology? I just went blank. Sagittarius. Sagittarius are the hips and the upper legs. So don't know there. We've got Sag here. Jupiter. Don't know. It's hard to tell. But the thing too is we've got the Gemini. So we're going to be seeing a lot about hands. And that's going to be out there too. Talking about his health. It's going to be tough. Now, what we could do if we wanted to be kind of complicated is we could go into every one of these, okay? And so the next month, that's in her first house. How will we do that? So every month, would she have that in front of her? Okay, so let's say it's the September time frame. So that's the second house. So we would count 9 from that to get King Charles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now that's when Taurus activates. Oh, wow. Oh my God. So in July, late July, it's Princess Diana. Then when September comes in, it's pain. It is pain. Being very sad that he can't do anything. It is a big, uncomfortable change. Good Lord, I think that's mid-September. So, well, if we want to look and see his health, we're going to have to, this is what I do in the readings, because it gets kind of complicated and it's hard to do yourself. But because I can, on demand, I can barely do it. I have to kind of really look at it. But all right, so we've got, let's say it's mid-September. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so then he's going to change to Mercury. So he's going to change from Venus to Mercury here. Oh, and then that's going to square Saturn, which is he can't do anything. He's stuck. He's stuck in the house. All right, so let's go from the second house. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're checking King Charles's health. It's her second husband, so we're looking at the 9th house. And what are we going to do? We're going to count 6 from the 9th to get his health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, it's still in that square with Uranus. It's not so good, and especially with all the Virgo, that can be references to clothing, but also references to health. And it doesn't look like Queen Camilla is doing so great either. She's having some health issues. I would say a lot of it too could be emotional as well. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough for her. Okay. Yeah, him and the horse was an omen, I think. Oh, that's right. Was Charles' huge wave as he left the balcony at Trooping the Color an omen? Well, let's look. There was a huge wave. A lot of people noticed that. Jen, I think you mentioned that to me too. What's up with the wave from King Charles? Was that an omen? It was an extra big wave. 8 of Wands reversed. Okay. And then 6 of Swords. That's hard to say. I'm trying to put that together. A wave and the 8 of Wands. Maybe not being able to communicate when he wants to, not being able to say what he wants to right now. 6 of Swords is just like, got that behind me. Maybe he didn't want to be out. He wanted to just be in bed. Pink sky here tonight in Sussex. So Shepherd's Delight. That's wonderful. Yeah. And they had him stand on those stairs. Oh my God, on the stairs. Another omen, which is a big change. Venus, ruler of Libra. This is where the health could be in play. Libra is your kidneys. So, yeah, imbalance, being out of balance. Taylor Swift got security because of terrorists that I know was voiced for her appearance, and that's why she got protection. It's not given every time. Also, William and the kids were at the concert. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I'm sure we could think of another example of someone who maybe didn't deserve security as much as Harry. I mean, just give him security one time so the king can see his grandkids. It's ridiculous. Plus the fact we don't know a lot of things. We don't know the threats that are coming in. Yeah. Got the 6 of Wands reversed for the king. Yeah. So big change, big change. And then everything stops. It's almost like, sort of like a merry-go-round, and you're going full speed, and then you can see it's starting to slow down. It's starting to slow down. And that's going to be these next few months. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow with Amber. She's going to pull some cards and tell us what her insight is. So I hope you can join us. And thank you so much for checking out these charts and learning with me, just looking at them and seeing what's going on. Definitely think we see some clues from Princess Diana. So we'll have to have a follow-up show coming in the next couple of months. See what all of that is. If I'm in the sky, the threats could be huge for Harry, so no one knows. It's true. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. See you guys soon. See you guys tomorrow.